The film plunges us into a harrowing scene as Rhea awakens in sheer terror, suspended in space within a severely damaged space station. A searing wound throbs on her head, and her mind is a blank slate. She has no recollection of her identity, her origins, or how she came to be there. The piercing wail of warning alarms fills the air, demanding a system reset. Armed with only a torch, Rhea cautiously navigates the wreckage, a horrifying discovery awaiting her. The lifeless bodies of her entire crew lie scattered in a cabin. Pondering their grim fate, she presses on, reaching the space station's gate, which opens to reveal their spaceship on a desolate, snow-covered planet. Despite the unfamiliar and hostile environment, Rhea ventures outside without a mask. More human corpses dot the alien landscape, and then, a fleeting shadow, quickly replaced by strange pink and blue lights that cause her breathing to cease. Gasping, she races back to the tenuous safety of her ship. Once inside, a sudden, vivid flashback jolts her. She sees her crew discussing the planet they're on, identified as KOI, affectionately nicknamed Ash. The vision fades, pulling Rhea back to the stark present. She is seen implanting a chip into her neck, a self-administered action that brings immediate relief. Later, as she bathes, an unsettling sight greets her, blood streaking her body. Driven by a desperate need for answers, she resumes exploring the space station. She uncovers a book detailing the shuttle's operations and a video of herself, offering crucial, albeit fragmented, clues about her identity. Her concentration is shattered by a sudden voice nearby, sending chills down her spine. She hides, peering out cautiously, only to spot a man in a spacesuit. Her initial fear of him subsides as he removes his helmet, revealing himself to be Brian, her mission partner and the leader of their expedition.
Detected at Zone 1. Who are you?
It's me. Brian.
He explains he responded to her distress call, yet Rhea has no recollection of initiating such a plea. Observing the catastrophic damage in the deceased crew, Brian's suspicion immediately falls on Clark, the third crew member, as the possible culprit. He insists Clark's actions forced Rhea to call for help, but Rhea's memory remains stubbornly blank. Brian then guides Rhea to a medical bay, where he utilizes a robotic medical machine to scan her entire body. Simultaneously, he attempts to jog her memory about their critical mission, finding a new habitable planet for humanity, as Earth faces severe overpopulation. He emphasizes that this is not their first endeavor. They have undertaken 6 prior missions, all of which tragically failed, making this their 7th and final attempt, humanity's last hope. Brian states their current location is indeed KOI. Rhea, her identity paramount, demands answers about herself before any mission details. Brian, however, avoids a direct answer, simply stating her memories will return in time. That night, Rhea awakens in a cold sweat from a terrifying hallucination. A severely injured, half-dead man stands before her, only to vanish moments later. The following morning, Rhea and Brian begin the grim task of removing the deceased crew members from the spaceship, as the stench of death has become unbearable. Their conversation inevitably turns to Clark, whose whereabouts remain unknown. They speculate she might have ventured outside the space station and could be responsible for the chaos. Brian, surprisingly calm, suggests that if she's outside, the inevitable oxygen depletion will force her return. This thought, however, triggers a sudden realization in Brian: their own space station's oxygen supply is critically low, demanding an urgent decision about their return to Earth. Later, while Rhea is exploring the space station, she discovers blood-soaked scissors. This discovery triggers another harrowing vision, a vivid flashback depicting a crew member using these very scissors to harm others. As she processes this disturbing revelation, Brian appears, informing her of a rapidly approaching deadly storm on the planet's surface. Rhea, in turn, shares the encouraging news that snippets of her past are finally resurfacing. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by the blaring of alarms, indicating a rapid decline in the space station's oxygen levels. The storm has clearly damaged the station, which Rhea swiftly locates and repairs. However, the grim reality is that they have tragically lost 30% of their oxygen, leaving them with only approximately 10 days of life support. Despite the perilous situation, Rhea staunchly refuses to abandon the mission, convinced Clark might still be alive and cannot be left behind. Brian, enraged, asserts his authority as captain, demanding her obedience. To alleviate her escalating mental distress, Brian administers more memory-wiping chips. Rhea succumbs to sleep, and this time, her dream features her second crew member, who is, in fact, her husband. They are on another planet, where Rhea observes a massive, ominous pit continuously emitting strange energy. Her husband warns her of its danger before the dream ends. Rhea awakens and immediately begins reviewing the ship's footage. The recording from the first day shows Brian dispatching crew members to investigate that very pit, which contained a strange, unnatural liquid. They realize it's artificial, strongly suggesting an alien presence. As one crew member peers inside, an energy blast erupts from the pit, violently killing him. In the present, Rhea recoils in horror. She now realizes that Brian knew the planet was dangerous but deliberately concealed the truth to ensure mission success.
Come on.
He can't help himself.
You sure?
Issues too. Oh. Dude, knew it. Planet? Dozens, maybe hundreds. 2. Whoa. Guys, I think I see
The chips Brian gave her, she understands, were meant to erase her memories, keeping her focused solely on the mission. But with many flashbacks now flooding back, Rhea resolves not to leave without finding Clark and uncovering the true fate of the others. In response, Brian implants 2 more chips into her neck and sends her to sleep. However, as soon as he leaves, Rhea pulls the patches out. Immediately, a new, horrifying flashback surfaces. She is stabbing her own husband with the scissors. He appears zombified, clearly possessed by the energy emanating from the pit. Rhea now remembers killing him but struggles to recall what happened to the others, suspecting Clark, similarly infected, must have killed the remaining crew. Seeking Brian to share this terrifying revelation, she instead confronts Clark, who has returned to the station and now appears deeply threatening. Rhea flees, desperately searching for Brian throughout the station, but he is nowhere to be found. Quickly donning her spacesuit, she ventures outside. There, she discovers Brian's lifeless body, its state indicating he died a considerable time ago. As Rhea grapples with the terrifying realization of who she's been interacting with, Clark attacks. Rhea races back to the station, and in a desperate fight for survival, she ingeniously kills Clark by filling her helmet with water, causing her to suffocate. A subsequent medical scan of Clark reveals no infection in her body, deepening the mystery of her murderous actions. Rhea's own health rapidly declines, and her space station becomes inoperable. Desperate for clarity amidst the mounting confusion, she implants 2 more chips, but her mental state does not improve. She decides to re-examine Brian's body, hoping to ascertain his time of death. The robotic medical device reveals Brian died 51 hours prior, approximately 2 days, from a severe blow to the head. This discovery confounds Rhea even further. Who was the person she had spent the last 2 days with? Warning alarms blare again as she hears something entering the spaceship. Rhea cautiously investigates, only to see Brian alive once more. Terrified and confused, having just seen his corpse, she hears this Brian explain he is merely a part of her thought, a hallucination. Before she can fully comprehend his words, he inserts his fingers into the wound on her head, triggering the final, crucial flashback. We are transported to the day their spaceship initially landed. The first thing they saw was the pit, which their space station had already detected as a source of strange energy. As one of their crew members peered inside, an energy race, likened to a Metroid, attacked and killed him, shocking the entire crew. They immediately retreated inside their space station. Despite the horror, they could not forget their mission, to investigate this planet and make it habitable for humans. Scientists commenced research, discovering a small, peculiar parasite. The strange and most unique thing was that it was a living animal, a living parasite, yet it also possessed metallic properties. It behaved simultaneously like an animal and a robot, a machine. These people aimed to use this parasite to determine if humans could survive here. Ria, a scientist herself, began experimenting on this parasite. She cut a small piece and placed it on a tray, intending to observe its growth. But this parasite grew far faster than they thought. Ria's husband noticed it from behind and was about to warn her when the parasite suddenly became very large and went inside his nose. As soon as it entered his body, it took control over his mind. He immediately attacked Ria, and Ria, to save herself, fatally stabbed her partner with scissors. The parasite, no longer in her husband, quickly exited and entered another crew member standing with him, now taking control of his mind as well. This man was about to attack Ria when Clark arrived to save her. She had fallen behind earlier but immediately called Brian for help to kill that monster. As Brian arrived, the man-turned monster attacked Brian, killing him by hitting him on the head with a stick from behind. Before the same man-turned monster could attack Clark, Ria sent Clark out of there. Meanwhile, this man-turned monster now called Ria to him by possessing her with the power of his mind. He was about to attack her when Ria regained consciousness and fatally stabbed him. But the monster inside him did not die. It came out of that man's mind and went inside the wound on Ria's head, taking control of Ria's entire body. The shocking twist: the infected one was actually Ria, not Clark, and because of this parasite controlling her mind, Ria had lost all her memories. The scenes shift back to the present. The parasite, now fully in control of Ria's mind, reveals that the Brian she was seeing was just a hallucination it was showing her. This parasite tells her that humans first destroyed the Earth and now want to come here to destroy this planet as well, asserting that humans are wrong and should be exterminated. This parasite, while controlling Ria, also got Clark killed because these parasitic aliens were also on a mission. They were planning to go to Earth with Ria and harm humans. They want to harm or kill all humans so that humans do not come to their planet and spoil it. An interesting thing is known about this parasitic alien: it can make a connection with any living thing and with machines as well. Similarly, it made a link with the space station and also with Ria. The warning alarms that were ringing as soon as the movie started were not wrong. There were really these aliens in the space station, but Ria did not see them because they were inside Ria's body. As soon as Ria remembers all these things, she understands that this parasite can prove to be very dangerous for her as well as for the world. She immediately gets her surgery done with the help of her robotic medical device, and she gets that parasite out of her head. Even after coming out of Ria's body, this parasite does not sit peacefully. Rather, it goes and attacks Brian's dead body. It goes inside the body and makes rapid changes inside the dead body, turning it into a monster and then attacking Ria through the same monster. Ria wants to fight him, but that monster is much more powerful than her. It is a big thing that Ria manages to free herself from it. Now, Ria uses her brain, grabs a flame gun, and burns and kills that monster, after which her life is finally saved. The mission has failed, but now it is very important for her to go to the world and give all this information. She immediately turns her space station back towards the world, and while leaving, she remembers all her crew members. In the post-credit scene of the movie, we are shown that Ria was not completely successful in her purpose. She was thinking that she had saved her space station from the aliens and would go back to Earth, but when the space station was shown from outside, it is revealed that the aliens had completely wrapped the entire space station within themselves. And they too were moving towards the Earth along with Ria, and a huge danger was about to come on the Earth, and the movie ends here showing just this. So what did you think of this movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.